really like, you know, just get any kind of grasp on is we're talking about, you know, mid-game Kotal and late game possibilities. Early game here for Vici Gaming, they've got a good amount of control and damage as well to be able to, you know, keep their cores in the lanes.
They do. It's definitely not looking too bad. I like the power of a Rubik to mess with Invoker on a mid lane, especially since the Forge Spirit. They do have the Exorcism, don't get me wrong, but when Exorcism is down, their right click is going to be very lackluster outside of the pure damage. So that means that BKBs are going to hard counter them, and that's a little bit of a weakness that I see in their draft. But other than that, it looks like they could have a pretty strong laning setup. Interested to see what they're going to do here. If it's going to be a safe lane OD and a top Legion Commander and mid speed. I also think they could dual lane the Legion Commander and Cloggle. A very strong combination that can put a lot of pressure on many different lanes. So, interesting to see what's going to happen here. Game 3, Game 2, Carnage. What do you think?
Oh, we're going to see a 90-minute game again. Honestly, with TB Invoker against the
and a Kotal.
Exactly, against a Kotal DP OD, this game could potentially go the distance, you know? This Legion Commander again could get stacked up and get all that physical damage going. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. It's an Eternal Envy game. They're playing against Vici Gaming with, you know, Young 11 and Lanem, who are two of the more aggressive players out there in China. Strike does scout out some movement here from VG. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game, honestly.
Yeah, it's getting hot, you know. Strike is going down. This is going to be quite interesting. Eternal Envy is going to run around here in his power range, out a little bit. Meanwhile, we have Paparazzi playing the safe lane OD. Going to be super careful about anything up top.
30 seconds to battle.
Teams just dropping some wards and pulling back to their own high ground, their own bounty rune. Most likely we're just gonna see what team's taking, you know, one side east, west or east.
That way.
I love how beautiful it gets when you draw on the map for yourself.
Annoys me so much.
It looks like, what's it called, Line Rider or something like that? That game where you could draw for us.
The battle begins.
Dude, I played that a lot.
There's some super sick ones that have come out recently as well that go along with music. I don't know if you've seen them, but like classical music where the line dropping or like riding along dropping.
I'll have to get into the Line Rider meta again.
Yeah, there's some big memes out there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Very good.
Missing out.
Like we were saying, Legion Kotal, aggressive dual lane, or just like setup of a dual lane here against Eternal Envy. He did get a really nice lane ward as he went through the jungle, hid in the trees, got an observer ward down, so he sees this coming perfect. Fnatic setting up with Highlight Eye mid behind Abed to deal with this Ori Death Prophet, TPing now down towards bottom. Give Eternal Envy a good time with his first Metamorphosis, gets a CS, a bit of harass back in.
Yeah, but look at that damage. We mentioned the dual lane.
Immediate turnaround.
The dual lane that could come out, the Legion Commander along with the Kotal, both of them hit so hard with these nukes. Gonna be not the most fun lane, especially after a Metamorphosis goes down. Top lane, a little bit of aggression here onto Paparazzi. He's gonna TP out.
There's the lift. Back to the tier 1. Tusk and Tiny in this lane. They've got Tree Grab and Shards. Paparazzi and Lanham. Not really two heroes with the greatest level 1 impact. You know, have a ton of damage between them.
Giving Universe a pretty good start here. Something he didn't actually have in the previous game. Strong of a start, but this time gonna help them out a little bit more. Make sure they get
very similar to.
Oh, they get stuff cancelled out.
Oh, they've got the Avalanche and the Snowball. Lanham in all sorts of trouble. There's the lift into the Astral as well. The body blocks from Paparazzi. Looks like it's going to be enough to keep Lanham alive.
Good damage still. They're getting them low, and both of them have
regen.
Both of them have TP cooldown now. So one thing that guarantees no lane switches, right, from Vici. and also they can't assist mid lane with Rubik.
And now they're on the tower farm.
Yeah, they're super aggressive. They do have a kill here. So that they don't have much mana. They want one more kill, but not gonna be able to get it. They should just take both the bounty runes. Be happy with that.
Regen spawn top, pretty nice. Be glad that Brian's at 5 minutes now and not instant. Thankfully for Vici Gaming. But this is very reminiscent of what Vici were doing with all of 11's Tiny, it feels like. You know, the aggressive pressure, get him that first wave or two where he gets to level 2 or 3, but mainly about the brown boots up with a stout shield, and then he can lane on his own somewhat.
That's true, that's true.
DJ sticks around for a little bit longer though. Keep this applied.
Basically, you want to get him to the point of having, you know, some power treads, and he's going to be fine on his own.
Mid lane, DP against the Invoker. Abed doing reasonably well here, 10 and 0.
For sure.
Even with a double null of Ori, so the Forge Spirits definitely could play.
Yeah, it's quite even on the mid lane. And, I mean, Turbo is still getting farm in bottom as well. He's not really suffering that badly. So, gotta say, all the lanes are pretty much even right now. I think it's like horribly lost. OD is struggling, that's for sure, but he's still getting CS.
Bottle's getting a bunch of stacks.
So that's
Medium
a big
camp
thing.
All big. Shot anything on a large camp, but Lanham dies top lane. We do catch the tail end of that. Looks like a quick snowball in with both DJ and Universe. As this safe lane, I mean, is not safe at all, really.
No, Rubik is not strong enough to have a big impact here. I'm wondering if he should just sack that lane and go somewhere else. Because he could have a positive impact on bottom lane. He could go opposite mid, and that's what he's going to do. He smokes up, goes around mid, sees a possibility here for a kill.
First Spirit Siphon.
They need to deal some damage first before going on to this. But I don't know if it's enough. Look at that HP regen with the Tangle. 22.3. He's just regenning so fast. Oh, gets the kill. Top. Has the downside, I guess. As soon as you leave, there's nothing stopping them from just killing the OD.
Yeah, they know that Lanham is missing. They know he's not top lane. He's not farming, not showing.
Abed in a very good position in general here as well. Don't go too far out, but otherwise... Oh, he might have crossed the line.
There's the lift back, Abed.
Quite tanky though, but he does go down in the end.
Even with the one charge, is that level 2 Grip Swarm. Finishes the job down at bottom though, Eternal Envy. No stuns really here to catch him, so with his boots up, okay, as long as he's not too close to quick wave like that.
He has to just stay out of the nukes, basically.
Oh, top lane, they're going in again. Paparazzi, Sunstrike in on top of his head, and Abed says thank you very much.
Abed on point with the Sunstrike, and that's going to help him out on the mid lane. He just died, but, you know, he's going to get some recovery gold on bottom. Chasing after Twilight die here.
No grave.
Yeah, no grave, no TP, so...
Now he does. Oh, he's hit level 4.
He killed the creeps, got the grave, staying alive for a little while longer, until the retaliation proc just waters him.
Moment of courage. Very fortunate there.
A moment of silence for Twilight.
But killing off a Dazzle there, you know, it's a Dazzle. Your TB is still farming away, trying to control this creep wave as 11 has dragged
it is a Dazzle, but now Young 11 has a double stack of creeps and he can kind of hold them up here and he should be able to deny. Oh, he runs. Well, whatever. It's still fine as well. Like, he's prioritizing just getting his own farm, which is fair enough. He's gonna get quite a bit.
Yeah, with face calling, I guess it's pretty easy to last it.
Radiant are scanning.
Lanham and Ori
making
a rotation down towards bottom lane. It's scanned though. Fnatic know this is there. They're pinging now. They know that someone's down here, whether it be a Rubik or a Rubik +1. Eternal Envy is going to sit behind his tower. Meta up in about 15 seconds.
And the first exorcism. The first exorcism use. You can't really sit around for too long here as Death Prophet. You just want to go in on lane and start pushing, to be honest. But they have a ward spotting Highlight Eye, who's being very careful.
That's just out of range.
Radiant's bottom
so there she goes, runs in. No creeps under tower yet though, it's a little bit awkward.
Eternal Envy has shown himself, but fortunately for him, Lanham has run the other way.
He's tangoing, he's eating, he's cutting.
He could have gone for a TP, that was a Sunstrike with the meta, not enough.
God.
Envy could easily have TP'd there, but decides to stand his ground and try and fight.
I'm not sure what he's doing. He just decided to eat a lot of trees.
Well, he came out, showed himself, and then tries to cut back in.
He really didn't want to TP out from the lane, I guess. One good part about it is he can TP back into it. The sad part is he used his Metamorph for 2 minutes on cooldown.
So switching up these lanes now, Paparazzi's been given middle lane. Top lane just going to be a leech here for Fenrir to try and Experience, a bit of gold as he shoves this out against the Tiny. Against the Tusk, like DJ is ready and raring to go.
He really is. Gonna be messing with Fenrir here. No free farming jungle Caudle for me thing. And Fenrir juking out a little bit, but still not enough to survive that.
Like Fenrir outplayed every single spell.
And V on bottom, getting
still can't do
lifted.
anything yet.
The Grave is there, but he has no TP as he had to TP back on the lane after dying.
And he's not near level 6. The one charge is keeping him alive a little bit longer.
They're going in for it.
Eventually he's going to pop here. The Sunstrike will not
little bit off the
Lana.
mark.
But DJ is trapped with 11 in with the shards now. Storm's needed from Ori as the avalanche from the universe doesn't connect. 11, can he cut through the trees a little bit more as he's being spotted now. Tries to turn back and do a bit of damage to DJ.
Yeah, but
Fnatic responding really nicely.
That forced a reaction, at least from the Tiny as well, to TP down there. And sure, they got some return kills, but this is really just suffering. Envy dying again. Now he has to run up to the top lane and try to find a new place to farm. Meanwhile, Caudle is being given the time and space that he wanted to jungle up a little bit. He's going to stack up 2 camps, I believe.
Feels like Envy really just is the sacrifice. Fed's been given a lot of farm and time mid lane. Double null into the hand of Midas. He's very quickly moving along his progression, while Universe is the real carry, it feels like, in this game.
There's smoke up here. Young 11 on the hunt. He wants to get... He has the face boots, so he's quite fast, and no boots on the Invoker, meaning it could be hard for him to run away. He has the Invis, and no dust available. He gets the Ghost Walk, he's safe.
How fast are you, Abed? I know you're quick, but he is super quick.
He gone.
The immediate response is like, oh, a pixel of color has appeared on my map or my screen. The Batman are here, I must go invis.
They're coming for me. I shall leave.
DP bottom, Universe starts things off. Avalanche tossed back the DP's caught with a snowball forward and a snowball to land. Ahmed not going to be coming, but he gets the experience regardless.
Honestly, not too far away from her actually surviving there with the start of the Spirit Siphon, healing her up. Not quite enough. Very nice combo there. We pass back into the Tusk.
Would have loved to give the money to this Invoker though, so close to the hand of Midas.
Yeah, he's still doing fine though. It's not like he's suffering.
Yeah.
So, sure, it would have sped it up a little bit, but he's approaching his Midas at a decent timing. Meanwhile, look at Caudle. He's farming a triple stack that he's made for himself here. TB finds out though. Envy, he smells it. He smells efficiency going on.
He knows.
He knows.
So he finally swings top with a meta to try and pressure that tower. Mid lane, defensive play here from DJ, turned into an aggressive one by Abed. The Sunstrike, unfortunately, not going to work because of the shards, but DJ
he has no Venom though on Tusk. So
Fnatic runs out.
Yeah, he quite easily runs out. A little bit surprised by the lack of Orb of Venom on a Tusk. Normally, we always see that. Pretty sure that he would have gotten the kill if he had one as well. Yeah. The rundown is so much stronger if you slow the enemy down. You get many more right clicks in. But he's going to be the one to fall instead.
Awesome reactions coming in. Universe gets some time bottom lane, but 11.
He takes a blast to the face, loses the majority of his HP pool.
Go and sunder him. Go on, get in there. Go sunder the Cottle. You know you want to. The backstab though, Lanham and Ori.
Maybe he should have. He's yanked, but
Young 11 dies bottom with a Sunstrike and the help of Universe, but it looks like Eternal Enemy's going to get the Sunder up onto Lanham. Now the Reflection comes out as well. Ori tries to Spirit Siphon, but Vici Gaming got to get out of here. This is dangerous territory. The shards, are they going to fly and catch? They catch, they kill. Not just trapping, but destroying Lanham.
Surprised by that damage. That looked way strong.
Level 4 shards, yeah.
He had Magic Wand on Rubik. I don't even think he expected to die there. 11 charges, and he had aggressive null fields. I'm sure he could have lived if he expected that he would have died to a nuke, but I didn't think the charge would hurt that much.
How did Legion die bottom? It's a tiny avalanche toss into Sunstrike. It looks like there's no blink on Tiny yet.
I was paying too much attention to the top fights.
Yeah, same.
Quite see it, but it is easy to go low HP whenever you're laning against a tiny matchup. All those 3 hits.
Here we go. Two-man snowball in on top. Sunstrike will land this time as well with the help of the toss and the punch. And he dies in midair.
Flying up and down with a tusk punch and a toss.
Oh, there, his body's landing, and he's gone.
Wow, he was pretty high up.
Plummets to the floor.
So we see a tower trade going on.
Second Exorcism finally gains a tower. Vici Gaming just seemed to be a little lethargic, a little bit slow this game. They're looking for opportunities.
Yeah, Fnatic, of course, they seem a little bit more motivated perhaps by the previous game, you know. The fact that they stayed alive and they did come out on top in that crazy win. It's very easy that you get this feeling, oh, we should have won the previous game, and then we made mistakes and then we didn't, right? Because they were pushing, they went for the throne, it didn't work, and then 50 minutes later they lost on the side of Vici. To go into a new game right after and not have that in the back of your head is difficult. It can definitely affect your gameplay a little bit.
The morale, not just like personal, but interpersonal, right? The whole team.
Atmosphere is one of the most important things in a competitive team, to be honest.
One person can drag down
everyone knows about mechanical skill and how well you mesh in times of who's farming and who's not, and you know, who fits well in what team. But honestly, just the mentality and the atmosphere, and this is one of those situations where you get tested. You have really rough loss, but you still have one game to go. They gotta just tough it up and win, you know. Legion waiting to finish up the lane. I get it from this creep wave if she can farm it.
She doesn't die.
Tusk is coming.
Very, very tentative with this. Doesn't even go for that single creep kill. Waiting for overwhelming odds, maybe to give a couple of them. But no, Young Eleven's just completely retreating away. The big drawing on the map saying, hey guys, they're coming for me. So our scan will look for them on this bounty rune spot. And no one's there. Young 11 made the full retreat.
Both teams basically just sitting back and farming right now. But I believe this favors Dire a little bit more than Radiant, in my opinion. They have some things going for them with that position 4 Caudle once he gets the Agonist. And he's already has his War Staff, already has the Ogre Club. Or Ogre Axe, I believe. I'm sorry, Club.
How dare you?
That's been clarified by Dota 2 after all. So they're looking pretty strong with that. Of course, though, don't let the TB and Tiny get out of control.
You look at the TV, Eternal Envy's going for Battle Fury build.
Yeah.
Feels like he needs to catch up a little bit, keep these waves pushed out.
Gonna go for the hard carry build, because last game was super late game.
Oh, Ori. Oh, dearie me. Universe, are you going to get another one here? That's a nice amount of arcane orbs flying through from Paparazzi. With this duel, Universe still not dead. The shards keep them at bay, but the sand clips. Paparazzi clears up Universe at least. But that's Exorcism wasted. Ori died immediately after using it.
Yeah, that was a great combination, and they're really good at using these ganks together with, I believe they used the strike right for killing him? Anyway, they're really good at just doing these quick pickoffs in this game, Fnatic. They're recognizing their strength, going for it nice and early, and we need to see something similar on the side of Vici Gaming if they want to keep up, because Legion Commander, minute 15, 0 damage, right? There's no dual damage yet. Needs to start happening soon if Legion wants to have a decent mid game. Else, it hinders your possibility to scale and get continuous kills.
Absolutely. Top lane, Ward in the lane there from Vici Gaming does see Eternal Envy, as well as Universe move into position. They're grouping up as if they want to fight this head on and makes the long walk up to top, but he's spotted now coming in, so both teams with information about each other posturing around this top tier 1. It looks like both of them want to fight 4v4. Mid lane Invoker can offer the Sunstrike, but Legion Commander, as a TP scroll, will need to start moving a little bit faster.
Just wants to kill that one more creep wave, but might be a little bit too late at joining the fight. Tiny leads.
Immediately dismisses the Rubik, but a lot of damage coming out of Paparazzi now. The snowball save back down to the creep wave as Universe is looking to try and blink away, but the duel comes in from 11. The damage from Paparazzi will be enough to secure it. That's from DJ. Left alone to his own devices.
Even that short duration duel is gonna be enough to finish it. No TP score on the Tusk, so this is a journey to hell, I believe. You're not gonna get out of this one alive. Just toying with him a bit. Fenrir is like pushing here. Good start, but he's giving the kill over to his friend. Almost went down to that Sunstrike. He would have died if he got hit.
412.
Exactly. Then you gotta take into account the added damage. 436.4.
Total.
The int bumping it up.
The int part.
So a little bit stronger than numbers always. Good tip for anyone who's watching. If you don't know, always hold Alt when you can the damage of a skill. It gets weird on some spells that are not just pure numbers, like percentage picked up and be incorrectly displayed. Oh well. It works for Sunstring. Tower being taken here. The Weave setting up for a fight here if they want to take a fight. Everyone is losing their armor.
Level 2 Exorcism on Ori and a quick blink away from Young 11.
On this side.
Eternal Envy doesn't want to get involved, he's got Battle Fury. They leave the tier 1, but Exorcism still being up means that now Vici Gaming have options, right? Tier 1 mid, Roshan potentially, look for a pick off soon and then go for one of these big objectives to go.
I think they have to go for a lot of fights right now. Fenrir probably pick up this point booster during the smoke. A little bit closer. Kind of like it.
Oh, will they see them? The smoke pops, DJ right place, right time.
Very nice.
Coming in. Even scan on top of this tier 1 mid. TB illusion is there, but no real TB as Eternal Envy fully jungling at this point.
But yeah, I mean, that's what TVs tend to do now with this Battle Gear build that, you know, Envy and RTC definitely have been playing quite a bit. It does farm really, really fast, but they're gonna lose some tier 1 towers. Exorcism committed though. Even if they lose this tier 1 tower bottom, I don't know if it's too bad for them. Or tier 1 mid.
Yeah, maybe Vici can go into Roche with the remainder of it, but it's not really gonna be enough to do that much damage. Fnatic just set themselves in this jungle, not
and
playing aggressively.
they have quite poor Roshan heroes as well. OD doesn't use his orb against Roche.
Just
Silencer does, however. Nice thing to know, if you want to have good Roshan damage, a mid Silencer always way faster at it.
Consistency.
I mean, no, not consistency, balance. That's what we're looking for. Dota is not really a game where you can draw logical conclusions always, but you just gotta hard learn some of these things.
To praise Ice Frog. No all.
That skeleton died really high up in there.
Sure did. Is he still up there?
He was there for a while. So again, seems like Vici Gaming not having the DP ulti are trying to dodge this one. They seem to be sensing the push coming in top. And they're just pushing really hard on bottom already. With a stolen alacrity on Rubik. Adding some pushing power.
Not too bad, but Abed now with the Aghanim Scepter complete can start thinking about shifting back, getting these tornado combos in.
Oh yeah.
Really get the mileage out of this Invoker as he progresses through to the mid game, but still, he wants some mobility. Travel from next.
Young 11 going in.
Blink duel onto the Invoker, the snowball save. DJ keeps the Invoker alive for now. Can they get him out of danger though? With the blinding light pushing him into even deeper danger. No, they can't. Abed's dead. Highlight died too far with the grave, goes to the TP. Now there's a stun. The Astral will stop him as he will fall to the final tick of damage at Paparazzi.
It's funny how the two of them stick around, but Paparazzi is like, he's dead, you nerds. Just keep running. If you christen someone who's on 1 HP from grave 2 seconds after they grave, they're dead. They're dead. No way out of that. You can't even magic one before it or anything. Mid, attempt kill, and they're gonna get it.
Attempt?
Attempt?
DJ and Universe don't attempt, they don't try, they only do.
Yeah. Do or do not, there is no try.
Precisely, I'm glad you got the mini reference. The one. Vici, again, just skip past Roshan, needs to deal with his Terrorblade, who has moved the creep wave all the way to the tier 1 down here. But it's like that kind of, you know, game of ping pong, game of tennis.
Legion is hunting though, find around, but already we see Tusk away as well. Safe.
It feels like a game where Young 11 has fewer dual wins, but more gold and items to work with.
Yeah, almost. That's true. He didn't go for the Blade Mill this time. Went for a Shadow Blade, so more sneakiness and more setup.
Maybe that's why it feels like it, because the Shadow Blade feels like a bigger item than the Blade Mail.
Yeah, perhaps. But we're gonna see a smoke. Everyone's starting to just circle. Like, you can see it on the map when everyone starts just like running in a little weird circle.
Envy says, no, I farm these camps first.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to go with them anyway. Gonna be a 5-man smoke, and meanwhile, Envy near top. You don't necessarily want a 5-man smoke almost ever in Dota, unless like really late game and the lanes are pushed, because it becomes too obvious. Already this smoke is sort of obvious. They're already cautious about mid, but they're gonna go in.
Like that is walking into the middle of 3 of them. Sunstrike will not connect, and pushed away, and DJ, he will get ripped apart. Ori popped the ulti for this as Fnatic now looks to disengage. TP out. Will they die? He's gone.
And Young 11 missing out on some sweet dual damage. He decided not to go for the Tusk because he was already dead, but I don't know. So maybe I'll try to get there for that duel win.
Nice TP from Pilot as well, down to bottom to deny that tower, also kill the catapult wave.
Efficiency.
Roshan for Vici J. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna stop. Vici Gaming. It's just so locked in my head.
It is.
It rolls off the tongue.
It's J added. Harassing a little bit. Not gonna connect cleanly on the Legion, even the region rune.
Link and Shadowblade on this tiny. They don't have sentries in or on the pit. They've got one further towards the east.
That's true. Could be a good time for sneaking in.
The range of that, there's a ton of space here. The double man avatars, the meatball landing in as well. Oh, it doesn't connect onto the OD. Unfortunately for the Invoker there, that could have been huge.
They have good regeneration as well with this press the attack spam thing around. And they even have the stolen
Alacrity EE.
Stolen Walrus.
Paparazzi. Ice wall is dropped by Ahmed, but Roshan falls. Aegis is in the hands of Eternal Envy. The snowball goes in onto Fenrir. Paparazzi's dropping low. He needs to save himself, but he has no Astral left. He's dead. Fenrir chased down by DJ, but it's the bigger kills onto the eastern side.
Lanham's gonna go down as well.
It's
not done yet. The courier.
The courier, the final victim.
Yeah. That was the first duel win, at least for the Legion Commander, but oh, that went so wrong for them. They were a little bit, perhaps, early to try this Roshan. They don't have the best damage to take it down. Legion and OD were fighting it for a long time, but again, not the best damage dealers. They don't have a single medallion, so it took forever. TB gets over there and he's like, oh, you do the work, I take the Aegis, I take the Roche kill, everything is fine.
And DP didn't have her BKB yet, now has it, but 20 seconds until Exorcism is ready, and high ground is being pushed here by Fnatic at 23 minutes.
I think it's just a poke. They're just gonna deal whatever damage they can.
And Envy's farming jungle, he is not involved.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want him to be doing right now. 4,300 gold as well. He's gonna get his BKB, be quite strong with that. He could also go for Scotty. I don't know if he wants to, like... Because now, the thing is, when you pick up an Aegis, sometimes you change your itemization because of it. BKB is obviously a super defensive item that keeps you alive, but if you already have Aegis in your backpack or in your inventory, then you sometimes customize your itemization. It's, everything matters, right? Like, Dota is a game of constant decision-making.
That avenue you take.
Yeah. I feel like he would probably have bought it, but then again, the courier's dead.
That's true. Abed now moving into the Lincoln Spear. It looks like they deal with dual lift.
Makes sense.
Top lane, no tier 2s. Bottom lane, which, again, we're seeing this kind of pattern appear where dire bottom tier 1s and tier 2s just... You know, they don't feel strategically as important as any of the other towers in the game.
They really aren't. So a lot of the play happened on the rest of the map. It's very interesting to see it, though, because this is not something I've experienced as much in, you know, in the games that I've watched before. But
so tier 1 is gold.
But it's a recurring thing in the games that we're casting that the tier 1 and tier 2 bottom are the last towers to stand for the dire setup. And likewise, their tier 2 bottom, the least important. It simply has to do with how close it is to Roshan. Everything closer towards Roche is more TP points in that area that you can play around. Of course, you could just go, but the shrines are there, right? You only need one. Well, sometimes you want to get a different angle of initiation, right?
Or a shorter cooldown or shorter duration on your TP or something.
I think the best example is the Radiant tier 1 top tower. That one actually allows you to TP really high up if you want to sneak around the Roche pit. And even the mid towers, of course.
Speaking of sneaking.
Yeah, there's a lot of sneaking going.
Look at these lads.
What are it? Oh, the smoke is actually timing out, so they won't get held by the smoke breaking on Pile I Die here. It's a little bit fortunate there, because else they would have told, but they see...
They see him, they just poke his head out.
No, it's the Cold Wax.
Oh, right.
I was at first confused as well. I'm like, how did they... But,
how do they know?
Yeah, of course, Caudal Axe. And this is the power of the daytime, right? But again, dual damage missed. And these guys, I'm not one for like risking the game for some dual damage, right? But he was in the neighborhood on the Legion Commander. You could easily have disabled the TP if he ever tried to get out on the Dazzle. But I suppose if the enemy happened to be around, then, you know, it's better safe than sorry. Poor Legion, though. I do feel for him. 10 damage at 26 minutes in. This mid game is going to be tough. at least has Blade Mail now, so you can return the enemy's damage onto themselves, because you're not gonna deal it.
Yeah, I mean, Vici Gaming, they're hitting some big items behind them, right? They've got Gem, Ags, Kotal, DP has the BKB with a Plate Mail, so you've alleviated some of the physical damage worries you have. But I'm looking at now the OD has the Blink and the Pike, so you're able to jump in, force maybe a TB or an Invoker back, get the additional damage as DJ.
He's gonna hold him in place. Probably not a dual win, but at least holding in place so that his team can come combo on the back of that.
DJ, can you get a snowball off here? No, not quite. Silence lap long enough. Level 4, in fact, over on Ori's Death Prophet. They have to come back and clear out the wave, so again, feels like more time for Fnatic just one farming on this terribly.
Yeah.
He's 16,000 net worth now.
He is looking absolutely massive, and he's playing laps around them, and he's going for the Skadi now after getting the BKB, so taking it very, very slow and methodical, you know, not gonna risk anything here. As the Aegis times out, he still now has the security that he pretty much cannot be bursted unless somehow Legion and OD are on top of him. But other than that, he's out from bottom, already gonna head towards top. So he has this good read on the map that, okay, the enemy just played top, now I want to go there because they're gonna pull out of there.
Back and forth, back and forth.
It's just the way it goes, right? It's very hard to catch him. Right now they feel like maybe they're smoked on the dire side, but they're gonna show bottom soon. Well, they're actually smoking themselves. Gonna go for a play here. Dazzle with the smoke. They're making sure that there's no fish.
They're killing creeps.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Yeah, they wanted to kill some many. The Midas.
Done. In they come. Fnatic. They don't really have any intel apart from now the Crypt Swap shows the DP's mid. Lanham will prove that he is also sitting around near that tier 3.
There's an illusion with Weave running in. It's a little bit telling. Like,
we're coming!
Wonder if they're doing something in the neighborhood here.
BG, defensively, sit back, don't let anything happen.
Young 11 has been top forever now, just sitting here and looking at these creeps. You gotta push now. The read that the enemy are over there. Go.
Oh, Highlight Eye doesn't have the same sentry spot as he used before to get the double.
Exactly, the efficiency spot that he dropped. I like that one.
Oh, Universe. He has been blinked and dueled with the Blade Mail from this Legion Commander. They forced the Grave out on the Tiny. He's out of there. The duel didn't last long enough, but Ori's BKB allows him to go in with the silence onto the Dazzle, focus that down, but Terrorblade cut off from the rest of this fight. They need to be able to get in with the damage, and definitely last one land with the people will. There's the toss into the Yules. DP keeps herself alive now, turn back onto Eternal Envy. The reflection comes out. He's still got Thunder, remember. Has that big ulti to throw in on the land until the silence arrives. Eternal Envy, he can't get it off, he's gonna die. Vici Gaming now trapping in Universe. This is a sick fight for them. Ori survived through it all, but the Shrine Pop will keep himself up as DJ's Tusk, the last
sole survivor
remaining
and the courier of the Dire. It gets out safe as well. Wow, that was quite the fight there. I didn't expect it to go so well after that initiation with the duel onto the Tiny. I'm so surprised he keeps doing this, but I guess he just really respects when Tiny jumps in and bursts one of his teammates. Because he has to be aware that he's not going to get the duel win almost ever going in against the Tiny. The duration is simply too short. And the Grave was there to save him, of course. But in the end, perhaps it was better that he jumps the Tiny than the other way around, right?
Yeah. One of those snap decisions. First move, good for me. So Fnatic, that was, their smoke movement. They were dewarding and setting up for a tier 2 take. But Vici Gaming on their side of the map, proving that they are no pushovers. We get into 30 minutes now, 1/3 of the way through the expected outcome of this match.
ETA, 91 minutes total.
Yeah, absolutely. Top lane, we're looking for something to go here. Lanham is not going to be able to 1v1 the Invoker. They need more help, and it is coming in the form of Ori DP and Fenrir Kotal recalling Young 11. Abed, Invis, walked up. Ori has no reveal, so it looks like that Abed will just slip away from them.
Very little Abed, he gets out of that one safe. Building into a Yule Scepter as well, so he's coming fast. When he has that, he's going to be perma-hasted running around Ghost Walk. Team's still just kind of posturing up. It feels like Fnatic, they farmed so much, got a really big TB, and then they took that one fight, TB died, now they're going to be like, okay, we need even more. We need more gold, more late game secure, and then I can deal with it.
Why doesn't Eternal Envy like bottom?
I don't really know, to be honest. Well, MKB is better as an alternative now than it used to be for someone like OD. The fact that it now gives attack speed makes it actually okay to buy an OD MKB. Before it was god awful. So
do I really need to buy an MKB?
Maybe that's part of it. I'm not entirely sure though why he dislikes it so much. I guess buying into extra stats, more HP is a safer way against so much magical damage. But I do feel it could be a strong item for him.
Vici Gaming, full control over this side of the map right now, and Fnatic try and get a bit of chip damage on tier 2. It does force the glyph here, interestingly enough, on a tier 2 tower, but that also applies pressure on the tier 2 mid with the dire creep wave coming in and not taking damage, as well as potentially top lane.
Exactly. The double function glyph. Yeah. They're trying to go behind here. They have Caudle with Aghanims. He has to TP out right away, and he realizes it. They see him, but it's too late. So that Aghanims Caudle is running around, controlling a lot of the map, trying to get D-wards, finding anyone who's hiding. It is, you know, the lantern builds, show everything. But he has really found these wards. The bottom rune ward, around the rune ward, Roshan ward.
Man, this is going to be tight.
It is going to be a sick fight coming in here, probably. The weave is precast. They saw the weave being used.
Roshan alive, charge scouts, and cancels out Young 11. Blink potentially. Cool down, avalanche toss, no, just the toss. Young 11's in, but force staff out. No ball forward with the Sunstrike down. Young 11's gonna take it straight on the face. Now Eternal Envy is letting it rip as Paparazzi's trapped inside the shot. Has a Hurricane Pike and a Blink Dagger as well. Jumps up to the high ground with the Shiver's Guard. Back onto EJ, but the Tornado. Nice play from Abed. Will hold them at bay for now, but Fnatic happy with what they've got. Losing 2 supports for a Legion and a Rubik. Forcing Exorcism and Roshan's still alive. Fnatic are like, hands off.
And it was also a very cleanly executed kill onto the Legion commander. Blinks in, tosses him back. It was really, really well done. And they brought him down so extremely quickly. Terribly was just waiting there like, oh, you must be the fast food I ordered. My tiny brought me this. So, still I believe that Fnatic are, you know, farm-wise pulling ahead bit by bit. Their 1k advantage is kind of, you know, irrelevant at this point, but it's just more about what heroes they have. It's going to be harder to scale as a DP and OD going into this late compared to a tiny Invoker and TB. However, that Caudle, you cannot underestimate the impact of a Caudle. And that's really going to be a kind of story of the game here, I think.
Like this, bringing heroes in to help with the Roshan. The Sunstrike did scout it, and like you were saying a good 20 minutes ago, they are slow as hell. This is molasses level, treacle level, Roshan taking abilities. Fnatic might be able to get in here and try and contest.
It is horrendous, actually. Legion is here, that's the best one they have at taking down.
Fnatic's ready now.
Oh,
they have Tornado, they have EMP.
So close.
Roshan's low. 500 HP and Roshan, oh god, oh, the EMP will come out, stolen away is a toss onto Rubik, but Roshan will go to the side of Vici Gaming here. She's on the deck, but Vici move forward, looking to play aggressively into the arms of the Terrorblade though, and oh god, Paparazzi, what have you done? 4 staffs, but dies. Now, Aegis gone. What a waste.
What a waste, already down, and the cheese is gonna be remembered. Fenrir picks it up. I think they were going like, wait, who took the cheese? Oh, I don't know. Finally, he runs back and takes that fight. Yeah, Aegis is out. Much more to say than Fnatic were perhaps 10 seconds too late to be able to actually steal that.
Yeah.
You know, they probably didn't expect Roshan would take that long. They didn't really...
Is it dead yet?
It's like, are you guys really that slow?
It definitely feels like Fnatic are playing much more methodically. They're not making any you know, drastic mistakes. They're just like, okay, this is what we need to do. And once they reach that limit, they stop there and they retreat, they fall back, they do what they can to, you know, cut their losses.
The methodical approach has its benefits. You're giving your opponent less opportunities to get some good fights going. And looking at that Legion commander again, still can dual damage. We were here 11 minutes ago at minute 25. It was 10, still 10. The question is, will he ever really come online? And as I said, a lot of pressure on the Legion in this game because he's the only real right clicker apart from the, you know, pure damage and so OD, but against BKBs, that doesn't really matter.
It's like DP ulti and Legion right clicks pretty much is what they have to offer. Oh, hello, DJ. And you're going to get jumped. Oh, no. Whoa.
Just blinked away.
Levy reflection back onto their Fnatic. They're setting up. They want to try and fight this. The tornado is sick. Lands in onto two. They've got the combo. No, the silence comes out. Abed cannot launch out any more spells. They'll jump in with a Charge Throw, trapping in Young 11. The Exorcist is popped by Ori, but in jumps Abed with the Ice Wall there. The Bikini Ori comes out, but until Levy stands his ground. He is big in charge, and Abed's Yules will save him from Sanity Clip. He needs to get out of this with another side of the grave. They'll snowball forward, aggressively moving in onto the OD. Oh, the force snap back and forth, and down goes the Lanham Rubik. But Turn Levy taking the right clicks from the Hurricane Pike of Paparazzi. This fight,
everyone's staying alive so far. Highlight gonna be the first to fall.
The grave was coming off cooldown, but he will fall. Ice Wall again in. No BKBs for Vici Gaming though. They have to be careful with how they play around the Invoker. Ori moves forward, healing up back up to almost full, as DJ will take a fall. Meatball from Abed in onto Ori, but it's not enough damage. He's going to have to blink himself away from this.
Holy crap, when the action erupts, it really just goes, you know, like this is, again, reminiscent of the previous game. These fights are not slow and quick over, it's just continuous carnage going on. In the end, though, not too many kills were being brought out from that fight. Top, Invoker, just going for some cheeky split push and TPing out. Important thing to note that Invoker Tornado kind of stopped the damage from a Tiny there. It landed right as the Tiny Avalanche and Toss combo was going, so that damage didn't go through, else it would have been a much cleaner fight for Fnatic. But unfortunate little mistiming there on their spells.
It would have been fine, but the DP got a sick silence onto Abed, and he didn't want to use his Yules to just pop that off.
Yeah.
So it could have potentially been, you know, that two-man big combo with a Meatball Deafening Blast on top of the Tornado EMP, but cut short by a nice play from Ori. Young 11 walks into Eternal Envy. Game ruined for the Death Prophet. Very nice to pick up, but 40 seconds still for that ulti to come off full.
People are approaching pretty high levels in this game with TP on level 24, OD on level 24, almost 25. He is about to hit it on this creep wave. Which talent is he gonna go for? Thinking about it, he goes for the duration. It's a very popular choice. That extra minute of instolen can really have a big impact in games where you fight repeatedly right after. If you get one fight,
like this series,
like the previous game in the series, yes. Also, not to mention, we have Tusk on level 23 with a 40% experience gain. You know, one of the it is the highest number on any experience gain talent. There are some other heroes who have, I believe, but he gets on level 10.
Yeah, level 10 is big.
And that is what really makes it so damn amazing. I wonder if he's gonna
mix some Hex into the duel. That's his death.
Oh, beautiful. He gets his second duel win. First duel win was on level 1 duel, and second duel win is on level 3 duel. Kind of sets the, you know, sets the picture for you.
When did Radiant's courier die? Do you have a courier hotkey? Because mine's been broken for a while.
My hotkeys are weird when I'm on this computer, so I can't quite do it.
I'm almost certain that Abed has Lincolns on the courier and it's dead for 30 seconds. So that death up top may have been averted if he had that Lincoln sphere, but he's
he does have
as if he has it.
He does have his Lincolns on the courier, so yeah, he may have survived if it was for that. I didn't see where the courier died. It was during the big fight though that we had on top. It died somewhere around there. I can't find his poor little corpse. He's sunk into the ground, you know.
Oh god, he's out of there. So a tier 2 claim here. Gaming still hold Exorcism, and DP has the green core, so they pop their ulti. Aggressive weave from Pylo died. Tries to deter them, but yeah, they really are.
Dealing good damage here.
They can recall the OD and they do exactly that. They bring Paparazzi forward, and Universe, who's gone in to try and play aggressively. Ori with a BKB needs to Spirit siphon back some of this HP. Very low, very low. Ori needs to be so careful. Yeah. Back up with a punch. Oh, he kicks him away somehow. I don't know, forced tap or what happened there. But
it was the forced tap with the punch making it look like a kick.
Oh, they blocked the Sunstrike. It wouldn't have landed anyway, but nice play by Vici Gaming. Now it's dead for 80 seconds.
Very good, and they have the continuous heal here going on. The Coddle, look at this. The Frank
the Crab's Course alone. Universe, what have you done? jumps in, tosses a Carty towards the racks, but now Brave into Euros. He's going to die to this for sure. And the Sandy's eclipse from Vici Gaming forced the buyback.
Silence on Team Invoker.
From Tiny. Invoker, where's Abed hexed up in the back end of the fight. They have defended for now. A 3-man avalanche into the top. Where's the reflection with the ice wall? They do have some good slows here, but Vici Gaming standing strong.
I wish that Fenrir would spam even more with this Q. He sometimes holds it and doesn't use it, but they need HP so badly.
They've got the big
He's
heal
getting it there. Yep, tons of HP coming back on.
And they've got the spam out from both Chakra Magic and Essence Aura. They've got this mana HP
Exactly,
flowing through
it's the infinite potential, right? You can continue forever as long as it's daytime and you have that high ground vision as well with the photo agonins. Nothing is really stopping you. And that's a lot of money going on. Tons of heroes in the dive here, really.
And that's gone from, you know, super steady, crisp play from Fnatic to...
Kodo is pinging, he's like, go heal! He's nuking and the oldie just doesn't know to walk into it. He's pinging him 10 times. That was so funny.
But all of a sudden, Paparazzi and the rest of Vici Gaming are just like, right, we have this Hex, we have this DP ulti with Octarine Core, let's go make something happen. The recalls now allowing them to split push and return to fight, but Abed will make an escape here, but it's being duel. The Lincolns gets popped, and Abed, oh, this is troublesome for Fnatic, dead for a minute and a half, they've jumped it, they try and save him as well, the Tusk is gone.
He gets stunned by the lift.
This is super dangerous.
He gets stunned by the lift, dropping down again on the Tusk, so he dies as well. Oh boy, that is over 1 minute of both of them being dead. They're going down the mid lane. They're gonna have the DP ult. They already have it online, in fact, and they have the Exorcism Grant's haste talent on DP. A pretty interesting talent, but definitely quite strong.
Tier 3, second one to claim here. Vici Gaming, like you said, just pop the ulti, head up high ground, and Fnatic, Eternal Envy, double damage rune, Terror Blade, unable to really move forward and do anything about this, but he might have to. Pops out with the Manta as well. He's got a ton of illusions, but look at this. They've just got infinite heal, infinite mana, infinite HP. They do not care.
The illusions don't do anything when you just blinding light them, push them back.
And now the Hex comes in for the duel as well. This might be the end of the road for Fnatic as Vici Gaming clear up the core heroes of Fnatic. The Malaysian squad are done.
That is it. They could not even grave him and wouldn't even have mattered. It's too late at this point. Gotta give him the person treatments. There you go, you're dead. Actually, he healed enough? No, he didn't. Almost.
Vici Gaming looking to go through to play against VGJ Thunder. As GG has been called, Eternal Envy taps out, and the Chinese squad has defeated, removed the Malaysian squad from ESL One Genting.
A really good performance today from both squads, and, you know, Fnatic, they tried as they could. In the first game, they did struggle really hard and got taken out by the Vici